Welcome to episode 71 of the Black and Yellow with the mighty champions of England, Denton Villa. Yes, we've got gold badges on our shirts, and I even think we get fancy corner flags. Is that still a thing? Was it ever a thing? I'm pretty sure it used to be. Champions get different corner flags. Anyway, but yeah, thank you for joining me for this episode. There's going to be no live con, but hopefully you're still going to enjoy it enough to smash the like button and even subscribe if you are new. And if you want to help the channel a little bit more, you'll find a link to my Patreon down below. Any of my patrons, you guys, your heroes. But yeah, this episode, I'm going to catch up on the awards, the ins and outs, which is way more than I expected. Loads has gone on. Got loads to share with you. We've got stadium news as well, which is quite exciting. Now, normally, we'd go off into the trophy room and I'd show off our two trophies from last year, the Carabao Cup and the Premier League. I'm going to save that for the next episode because right now, hopefully you've seen all your names whizzing by down the bottom. 24 of you entered the competition to win a Steam voucher, so we're going to draw that as quick as possible. Here we are at random.org. I ain't going to explain it. I've used it enough. You should know what it is. If not, go and Google it. Find out for yourself. So, 24 of you entered. I'm doing this as quick as possible. Generate. Good luck to everybody. Number 21. If I look at my list, number 21 is Martin Smith. Martin, you have won £25 Steam gift voucher. Get in touch with me in the comments and we'll get the ball rolling so I can give you your gift. Congratulations. Sorry to everyone else. Maybe next time. We're going to start here with the awards. I do like the awards. You can see the best team last year, Evans. That's why I've got all the faith in him this year. He was the best striker with Ruben and Danila, who is easily the best player, I think, now in the Premier League. And you'll see why in a minute. Vatkovic, Vinicius, remember him. Kasama as well. That surprised me. Back four of Gledson, Jaros, Babin and Danilo with Nico in net. Definitely not going to be that team this season, I can promise you that. Danilo, easily fans player of the year. Sign of the season, 30 million plus add-ons from Bayard. Probably going to cost 50 odd million eventually. Young player of the season, 21-year-old Kasama. Oh, goal of the year, nearly forgot, didn't I? How can I forget this goal as well? I remember it. I'm pretty sure it's pretty special. Pretty sure it is. Vatkovic against West Ham on a Sunday, September. Let's check it out. It's Marcus, the Brazilian in the middle, passes inside to Blinkhorn, who gives it to Vatkovic. I'm pretty sure it's it. That is possibly the best goal we've ever had on one of these. On to our season review, and of course it was probably our best season ever, really, wasn't it? Got to the quarter-final of the Champions League, got knocked out by Manchester United, won the Premier League, which is still an amazing achievement for us, I think. Got to the semi-final of the FA Cup as well, which is pretty sweet, getting beat by Manchester City. We won the League Cup, Carabao Cup, and then we lost the Community Shield, which we're going into. We went into it last year as like a forfeit because United won the treble. This year we're going into that as champions of England, so I was excited for that. The best match was our 5-0 drubbing of Spurs. Our worst match was obviously the 6-1 at Chelsea. That was shocking. Well, this is the news I've been waiting for, and it's amazing. I'm super excited about it because it's now proper. I'm just disappointed that the board have gone down the boring route and they've not named it after an icon or a player, and they've just called our brand new stadium the Denton Villa Stadium. So we're going to call it New Shirley Hill. I think we should, after our old stadium. New Shirley Hill. That's what we're going to call it. So yeah, it's a 38,500 seater. It's grass. Now it's costing loads. It's going to cost us 113, although we're going to get 12.5 back because we're selling the University of Bolton Stadium. Remember, we bought it off Bolton and then decided to make our own anyway. Premier League Team of the Year came out, and I was super proud of this. Both my wingers in there. Ruben had a great season. Danilo on the right hand side are brilliant, and Stevens, who is bloody brilliant as well. So yeah, I think should have had more, maybe. But yeah, 4 players in that I'm pretty proud of that. But I'm really proud of this guy. He's going to be the next Ronaldo. He was good. It's cost me a lot of money, but I think he's just going to get better. Like, the guy is a beast, and he won PFA Young Player of the Year. PFA Player of the Year is a boss, isn't it? And FWA Footballer of the Year. So the writers loved him. His fellow players loved him. The guy is the best player in the world. On to our commercial income, and no mega deals like we got last year. But everything seems okay. Our broadcast revenues went down a little bit, but it's no issue. Everything else is going up. I think we're bringing that money in. And last year, we spent the last half of the season with no money. We ended the season in debt. We're not in debt anymore, and I've really changed the finances here. I've had to get clever. I've done a few things to try and save us really and put us in a better place for the future instead of just being stupid. Let's look at who won all the other trophies, especially because an English team's involved in everything. And we'll start with the Europa League. And unfortunately for Everton, they got to the final and then they got beat 3-0 off Bayern Munich. But they've got a bit of money behind them, Everton, and they're investing into the future. They've actually bought 2 players off us this summer, which is interesting. It'll be good to see if they can do anything for Everton next year. On to the FA Cup final. I want to win this before this series ends. Hopefully we can. And Manchester United have won it again. Fair play to them. Beating Man City again in the final. 1-0. So I can't lie. Well happy with this. And Man United are pretty bloody good really, aren't they? They are, aren't they? They won the treble last year. And they nearly won the treble this year, apart from we stopped them. Now, you might not have noticed, or you might have noticed, but normally everyone plays on the last day of the season. I've never seen what happened to us last year happen. And there was still a game left to play, United versus City, weirdly enough, in the league. I'll show you what happened with that later. Now, before I show you anything else, like ins and outs and so on, you'll see them there. You'll see 5 players in, 9 players out. I've released some as well and got rid of some that we didn't need. And I don't think we're giving anything away looking here, are we? Are we? I don't think we are. I don't want to give anything away. But still, now the bookies think we're going to be 5th, which is silly. We're the champions, obviously. But we have got a young team, but God, it's exciting. Now, this is the final league table, the proper one you never got to see. And United beat City again, which is, I can't lie, makes me happy. So yeah, United ended up 2nd. Chelsea ended up in 3rd. Point behind United. City finished 4th. So it's City, Chelsea, United and the mighty Denton Villa going into the Champions League this year. Of course, West Brom went down with my good friend Jamie, but I think they're one of the favourites to come straight back up, and he's a good manager, I think, on here. I was interested to see if he went anywhere else, but I suppose he'll probably give them a year, won't we? But I reckon I want him back in there. If we can't have Manchester Central in a derby, I think the next best thing will be going head to head with my old assistant manager and best friend. I just think that'd be something quality. Now, before I show you the players and the squad and the ins and outs, I want to show you the finances and how good they are. We have sold a lot of players, and I've promoted a lot of youth, and I've only done the odd deal or 2. I've sold 2, maybe 3 players I didn't think I was going to, because of I just thought, why not? And business is business, isn't it, sometimes? Wages were high last year, stupidly high. We were in debt. We couldn't run properly. I wanted us to run better. So we were paying over on the wages. We had no money in the bank. And if you look now, we're currently spending 2.8 million. I think I've shaved nearly 2 million off the wage budget. We're here on the club page, and you might see we've got a new club captain. Of course, best player in the Premier League. He is the best captain of the club now. Got to make him captain. Hopefully we keep him happy. He's also got a new deal. All my staff got new deals. The majority of my first team got new deals. All the youngsters that came up into the first team have got Premier League deals as well. You might see my vice captain and think, who the hell is he? You'll find out in a minute. But what I'm going to do is, in the past, I do things differently, don't I? Depends how I'm feeling, how much time I've got. And I've done Sky Sports stuff in the past. I'm not going to do that. We're not even going to look at the team report. I'm going to go through each player's profile, showing you who's left, who's replaced him, who we've got, as quick as I can. I like giving you that idea going into the new season. You can see then, if you want to pause it, you can have a look at what we've got to play with and get a good feel for the squad. And we're going to start with Nico, who is now at Manchester City. Now, I said in the last episode I wasn't going to touch my defence, but things happen, right? Now, I've talked about this a million times. Wonder Kids, there's millions of them. I've found millions on here. I've found millions on my Journeyman. There's too many. But if there's one position that you will struggle, I've struggled to find a Wonder Kid, it's a goalkeeper. And we signed Caesar last year, who is a Wonder Kid goalkeeper. And I think he's going to be the best goalkeeper in the world. So, Nico, again, started the season wanting to leave. I'd offers come in, had his head turned again, and I fought him last year, and he stayed. I could not be asked. So we sold him for, I think it was over 50 million. And our new number 1 was last year's number 2, Caesar. 19-year-old Spaniard. He's not got any greens yet, I know, but he's good. He's going to be good. He's a freaking Wonder Kid goalkeeper. They're rare as rocking our shit. And also, though, he's got 2 good backups. And his number 1 backup is going to be Etienne Payne, who's been in my reserves for 2 years. I picked him up from Paris Saint-Germain a couple of years ago. I mean, he signed a bigger deal, 40 grand a week. He's still not worth mega bucks. And he's a wonder kid. Now, he wasn't a wonder kid when I signed him. But he's got potential, hasn't he? Proof that I talk shit all the time. When I said I wasn't going to touch my defence, again, I couldn't help it. I got a bid in for Gledson. It wasn't outstanding. It was about 18 million. And we sold him to Hertha Berlin. Because my backup left back's a wonder kid, I think. And another great freaking left back in the under 23s. And I wanted to go with, I don't know, I just wanted a fresh feel about it. He's been replaced by last year's number 2, Kea, the young German, 19-year-old, who is a wonder kid. Although look at his potential ability, shouldn't be a wonder kid. I don't think, how is he a wonder kid? And this is my whole point. I've talked about this, I know. I'll even flash up that tweet again that I tweeted Football Manager about it, because he shouldn't be. He shouldn't, should he? He should have a maximum potential ability if you're a wonder kid. And he should only be a couple for each position. The other is another wonder kid. Seen a theme here, aren't you? Should call ourselves Wonder Kid Wanderers, like them old videos I used to make. Rene van der Werf, who is 20, probably a bit better than the other guy. They're going to battle it out, see who's the best one. He's been with us now for 2 years in under 23s. Let's see what he can do with the big boys. At right back, there's no change. We've got Danilo, who played a lot last year. Really good player, 21-year-old Italian, strong fullback, great physicals. I mean, he's a beast. How is he not a wonder kid? And he's going to be partnered by Damir Filipovic, who's been with us now a while, hasn't he? 5 years he's been here now. So it's been 5 years since I bought all them Croatians. Now, this is my last defensive change, I think. And the reason I did this was because when it came to my first squad registration, I was one short. Too many Johnny Foreigners in the squad, so I had to make a decision. And I've decided he was going to go. So, I looked for defenders homegrown that were good. And 2 came up. Look, they were brilliant. Both were Welsh. Both played for West Ham. So I went for the first one and offered money in him, part exchange, and they accepted. And then Man City came in with about 77 million and stole him from me. He's a brilliant player. I'll show you in a second. So I went for the second guy. Same deal. Same player. Same part exchange. And they said yeah, and this time that went through. So Chancel has gone to West Ham. And we've got 25-year-old Welshman and powerful centre-back Geraint Rees, who is a beast. And our new vice-captain. But don't tell him you want me first choice. Peter Williams was, but Man City in their mega bucks just outbid me. They offered straight cash and I was trying to get a player swap. So it is what it is. Still got the other 3. One of them is a wonder kid, Jaros. He had a great season for us last year when he was called upon. I'm hoping he can improve a bit more because, yeah, I think he's good. I don't think he's a wonder kid though. We also have Timothée Babin, who's now 23, and he might have to fight for his place this year. One player who won't have to fight for his place, although he is injured at the minute, is Stevens. He's just a beast. I think he just does the job. Onto my midfield and onto the first change. Now, I wasn't planning on getting rid of Marcos Vinicius because he's pretty good. Look how good he is. We bought him from Arsenal. He's only been with us like a year. Cost me quite a bit, 40 or 50 mil. Barcelona came in with 8. He's only worth 64 now, but they were £83 million bid. And you might remember he was crap for me last year. He was shit. He was like my 3rd worst player, I think. 83 million snapped the hand off me. And we bought Wonder Kid Kossi Bosu. About 25 million from Milan. He's only been there for a year. Played at Porto as well. Trust me, there's a million on this game. I'd love to know what you think about it because a lot of people agreed with me on Twitter. If you look for them, you will find so many. So you just don't know who really is the best of the best when it comes to young players. But it is what it is. I like his attributes. He is a natural volante as well. So he's going to slot straight in, this kid. Another player to leave and another player to join West Ham is Christian Charbet. Although the other deal I did at the end, when I realised I needed a homegrown player, this deal was one of the first ones I did. So he's gone to West Ham. I mean, this kid was going to play for Barcelona once, wasn't he? But he's just not. He's just not got any better. And he's been replaced by one of our players from the under-23s, Beethoven, You spell Beethoven with 2 E's. Someone said to me in the comments, you only spell Beethoven with 1 E? That'd be Beethoven. There's a microphone. Beethoven. It's Beethoven. Google him. The musician. The dog. Anyway. Loads of promise. Wonder Kid. Wonder Kid Wanderers, man. That's what we call Wonder Kid Villa. We're still keeping Dixon. He's one of our own. Academy. He's been here since 2019. So he's a 10-year veteran of the club. I know he's not the world beater, but he knows us. He knows the club. He's great in the changing room. We've also got Kasama, who was the fans' Young Player of the Year, who is a former Wonder Kid. He's not anymore for some weird reason. But yeah, he's a good player. We also have Blinkhorn still. He's going nowhere. England international. We signed him from Everton 3 years ago now, and again, he's great passer, great vision, just all round top lad. And then our sixth central midfielder is of course Vlakovic, scorer of the best goal in the world, a beast of a player, brand new contract worth 60 million, world class midfielder, and he's 21. Again, we've had him now for 4 years, so yeah, what a player, eh? And he's going to get better still. Onto the left wing, and of course I was going to sell Toppin, and we got this deal done pretty quick. His time was done at Denton, and he was crap for us when he played last year, so you know, got a decent amount of money for him. They've also bought Rambo, which I found a bit weird, but it is what it is. Now, both of these players had a lot of clubs going for him, and I let them choose who they wanted to go to, and they both chose Everton. So Everton must be a decent team. They got to the Europa League final, so I'm hoping they do well. Now, replacing Toppin as the backup left winger is, of course, Brett Younger, who hasn't been with us that long. He's only 17. He signed a new deal as well. Peanuts. Eh? We are saving a fortune doing this. Replacing Rambo is a kid from the under-23s. He's not really a kid, he's 20. He's a wonder kid, although I don't think he is a wonder kid, but apparently he is. He's been with us for 3 years. I've loaned him out to Southampton, I think, at one point. We got him from Red Star. He's one of the Serbians I bought a couple of years ago. And he's okay. I mean, he's okay. And he'll definitely do as a good backup this year. Now, Josh is a hero. Our first hero. He got sold behind my back. He did well for himself. When we got back to the Premier League, we brought him back, and he was good for us. Last year, he was a third choice striker / backup winger. Now, the thing is with Josh was his contract. Now, he's signed for them for 185 grand a week. He was on 275 with us because when I've signed him, I've probably just wanted to get him back, not looked at all the details. I do that quite often. And he must have had a 30, 40 bloody... Do you know when they have a massive percentage pay rise every year? So every year he's been with us, his wages gone boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking, you are not good enough. It was like Alexis Sanchez at United. Now, to replace him as a third choice striker, I bought a player called Lloyd Sadler, who is a wonder kid, aren't they all? From Swansea in the Championship. Now, he's got great finishing. At the minute, I've put him in the 23s. He can cover on the left as well. And only because he's probably my third best striker now. So I'm just going to have him down there for a bit, but he's going to be floating up and down in the first team. Also at the door is Victor Yosan. No issue with the guy. He was a great player, scored goals, but he's a freaking AMC, really, isn't he? I couldn't find anything better at the time, and I just wanted someone who was going to do well for me, and he did. He scored 28 goals in 59 games in the league. You know, I sold it for 52 million. Apparently now he's worth 68. So good. He's 25. He's going to win to Milan, so that's a great move for him. So our number 2 this year, he's going to be competing for that number 2 spot with Lloyd Sadler, is another wonder kid, and it is Maurice Buckman, who has been with us now for 2 years, got him from Bayern Munich a couple of years ago. To be fair, Lloyd Sadler's better, isn't he? Yeah, now I look at him, I just think he's got the better star rating, but I think Lloyd Sadler's a better player on paper. And of course, our main man this year, we're putting it all into him, is another Welshman, 20-year-old Welshman, James Evans, who is a wonder kid, but, you know, he's on 200 grand a week as well now. What a big deal, didn't he? I had to give it to him, because I think he will be great. I've got a feeling about him that he's going to be proper elite. So this is the squad. It's arranged by age. The oldest player is Blinkhorn at 26, a couple of 25-year-olds, and it's all early 20s. Lots of 20s, lots of 19s, and a 17-year-old. Bags of potential. I think we'll do better than 5th. I think we'll probably we will challenge for the title. I think we'll win Summit because they're excited. And do you know why I'm feeling it? Because Manchester United won a treble last year. The year before last, sorry. Last year they won the FA Cup and the Champions League and came second in the league. they are better than us. They've won way more than we have over the last 2 years. But how did we do against them in the freaking Charity Shield? We beat them 3-2. And we did it with 7 men. Danilo got freaking sent off near the end. But we did really well. Now, they had more chances than we did, but we just looked good. I thought we did. Danilo got the goal early. Then we got another one dead quick. And then they scored an own goal. But we looked good, and it was a young team. And I had Beethoven playing. He is full green to the maximum. He loves that position. Right in the centre was like the anchor man. A new kid played as well. Brought on a couple of new lads, a couple of young lads. I mean, I think the future is freaking amazing for our club. Now, because there's been a lot of change, and also because we've got a big squad, we've got all the under-23s as well. I wanted a massive pre-season this year. I wanted to really play a lot of games and get all the guys settled in. Because I got most of my new deals done. Like, we went on a tour here, we went on a tour of China. And then we went to the States. And I'd had most of my deals done here. And then while I was in the States, I was quite happy. And then around this time is when you have to pick your first preliminary squad. And I went, shit, balls. We need another on one shot on homegrown. Next year we'll be fine. Next year, a lot of them kids that have come up have been here that long. They've all going to, I think there's 4 of them are going to be homegrown next year. So next year we're going to be laughing. We better start well, because these are the Premiership fixtures and our first 2 games on TV. The first one's away against Chelsea, who are a great side, and then we face Man City at home. Then we've got Newcastle, playing one of our former players there, and then we've got a bit of an easy run. Then we pop up with a Liverpool, Watford. Yeah, I think I'm going to come back. I don't know. Do you want me to come back for United? Arsenal aren't that good. I don't know. I might see what's going on with the Champions League, because that hasn't been drawn yet either. So I might leave it open-ended and come back for the next episode and surprise you. When it comes to expectations from the board, Colin, Mick, Premier League, they just want me to qualify for the Champions League, but I want to win the Premier League. The Champions League, as long as we get to the first knockout round, should do that. And 6th round of the FA Cup, they're not bothered about the League Cup, but I'm going to chill out with that again next year, give the under-23s that competition back. And obviously, they're not bothered about the Charity Shield / Community Shield, but we've won it. Well, there we have it. That's the end of the episode. Hopefully, I didn't bore you to death with it and you enjoyed it. I'd love to know what you think. Give us your predictions for the new season. What you think of the new young, fresh team. I think it's the best we've ever had. Wage bills down, we've got money in the bank, all that stuff I've been talking about. I think it's a positive. I think we can still achieve something. You can't win anything with kids, Alan Hansen once said. He was talking shit. I think we can, seriously. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you drop us a comment and get involved. Congratulations again to Martin Smith. We'll be in touch with each other to give you your gift card. And yeah, I did put a post out on the channel. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's going to be a bit quiet for a couple of weeks. I'm working. I've got no days off. So it might be 2 Villa episodes and a Journeyman for the next 2 weeks. And then hopefully I can make some more videos. I've got some good series coming out. I've just got to wait for them. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me. You've been amazing. I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.